Hello, TEDxKenyalang. How are you guys doing? Yeah, I'm the panda, right? So, there's a saying somewhere on the internet that says, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will forever think that it's stupid. Now, some people credit Einstein to be the originator of that saying. Whether that's true or not, the point still stands. We're all unique, and we all should judge ourselves based on what we are. And I'm quite sure, right, all of us here know of someone or have heard, the very familiar, oh, when are you going to get a real job? Or, why do that lah? No money, Look at John. He's very successful because he's a lawyer or doctor or engineer or accountant. Who knows? But the great thing about that is these people who say this, they say this with love. They're well-meaning and they want to care and they show their care in the ways they know how. So now as artists, creatives, and self-starters, we have to find our own way to realign these intentions to be more in line with what we want to do and what our goals and aspirations are. What I'm going to talk about today, or at least what I'm going to attempt to talk about, a lot of it we all already know, or we are probably already doing it. The thing is, my point is I want to show that all of you, and me included, we can do what I do at the level that I do at with just these values, and maybe something even more than that. My name is Alvin Wee. I'm a producer, I'm an engineer, I'm a musician. And most of all, I am born and raised in Kuching, Sarawak. Now I know I might share a lot of similar traits and perhaps a name with a very famous rodent. But I can assure you that my voice is about 18 octaves lower. So when it comes to craft, right, there's this idea that floats around about that 10,000 hour rule. Now the 10,000 hour rule states that if you do something over and over for 10,000 hours, you then approximate what's an expert or a champion in that subject. And of course, this idea was widely popularized by the writer Malcolm Gladwell in his New York Times bestseller, Outliers. It's a very simple concept, and it has helped many, many people to achieve what they think they couldn't achieve in the first place. Now, this method of 10,000 hour rule sounds very simple. All you have to do is practice, 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 right? This method has greatly benefited me on my journey. In my case, my craft was music. In music, I had to learn a couple of things, right? I had to learn chords, scales, chord scales, instruments, rhythms, instrument rhythms, orchestration, arranging, recording, producing, and all these other little technical aspects in the musical universe. Now, the more I did this, and the closer I got to that 10,000 hours, the better my music sounded, right? I had more sonically even arrangements. My orchestration sounded well-rounded. My sound design sounded more professional. Basically, my music sounded better, And so, education and the self-discipline and the intention to learn is what helped me get that 10,000 hours. All I did was take piano lessons, play guitar, perform with people, and did this over and over and over again, 10,000 times. I could stand here and now sell you this idea of, you know what, you should follow your dreams. Reach for the stars. You are amazing, blah, 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 blah. The thing is, I'll leave that for the inspirational speakers. I take a more practical approach to that. I believe if you are doing something and intentionally learning, you are essentially practicing. Now, education has come a long way since the teacher-student paradigm. We now have master classes, YouTube videos, apps, practical training, and experiential learning to supplement and sometimes even completely replace the traditional classroom. It's not hard to see how there's so many ways that you can now learn. The great thing about this is the accessibility it offers. There's now more ways than ever that people can learn what they want to get to where they want to be. Now, my college teacher, when I was in school in Boston, he told my class, and he told me, that he valued results of a process. And I truly believe in that. I really do. What results of a process means is, it doesn't matter how you get something done, you just get it done right. Now, this may sound like it's very easy, and I should actually mention that you should take this with a grain of salt. Because if you do whatever it takes, right, to do something, sometimes there's some serious ethical backlash to that. But back to results versus process, right? This is John Williams. I don't know if any of you know him. He's a very, very well-known composer, and he's done, 100 films, and he's probably one of the most prolific composers of the 20th century. And the films that he's done has kind of seeped into pop culture, that he has done, live concerts and events where he just comes out and conducts. When you go, let's say in December, you go and watch the new Star Wars come out and you go watch it, right? And you're sitting there, the film comes on, there's a character on screen, and his music comes there, and it plays. You're not going to be thinking, yes, that violin line and that flute, the counterpoint between it, I like how it's underpinning that character and such a juxtaposition of that emotional state of the scene. I think no one actually says that. Maybe you do. I don't think so. What you do is you watch the movie and you have a great cinematic experience. Now, I'm going to be real with you for a second, right? This is a harsh truth that I've kind of have to learn by myself. When you're dealing with people and you're dealing with clients who are working with you, they don't really care about your process. All they want is for you to get something done, and they want you to get it done right. They're not going to sit there and listen to you say, oh, yes, you're right, the guitar. It's like, no, they want that piece of music done. Or like, oh, I'm glad you used that 2B pencil to draw that thing. No. I've come across way too many people who say, yeah, I just want him to understand my process. Honestly, no one cares, right? If someone's paying you to do something, they want results. They want to see what you're able to deliver to them. Unless you're a TED Talk speaker, right? Then all they want to do is hear your process. So if anyone here likes process, feel free to maybe come up and take. Anyways, moving on. So Seneca, who's a Roman philosopher, he said, luck is where preparation meets opportunity. And I truly believe that when you do that, you are being results-oriented. See, if when you become prepared, people notice. And if people notice, they present you with more opportunities. And if you're prepared and you're presented with opportunities, you're able to seize them. Hence, you get luckier. So, luck is preparation meets opportunity. And I cannot find a better example than something that happened in my life. Something that led me here. Something that got me to where I am. And I want to share it with you guys, right? You know, when I was young, like when I was 2, my mom sent me for piano lessons. Okay, not 2, because, hands haven't developed and all that, but like 4, 6 or something. I'm not a prodigy, so, I tried playing piano. And then, from piano, I was like, I want to be a rock star, right? Who doesn't want to be a rock star? So I played the guitar. I learned to play the guitar because, hey, who doesn't want to stand on stage and be the center of attention, right? Kind of. And so I played the guitar, and that gave me all the preparation I need to cope with the education that was offered to me when I went to Berklee College of Music. And of course, in Berkeley, I met a good friend by the name of Rendra Zawawi, who now I work pretty often with. And we became pretty close friends. That was awesome. And when I graduated, I moved out to LA. And the school preparation and my guitar playing preparation and dealing with people in Kuching led me to my jobs in LA and led me to cool projects that I managed to work with. So I started working on things like, of course, Kung Fu Panda 3, Kingsman, and Dope and Resident Evil and, stuff along the way that was kind of not noted but with really cool people. And, then Rendra came over and he said, dude, let's do something together. I think you should meet this person. Her name is Zia V. I'm like, great, awesome. So we did a song for this smaller movie called Ola Bola, and we wrote this Arena Cahaya that kind of did all right in the end. And so then another opportunity rose up, and we were presented with this opportunity to write a song for this event in Kuala Lumpur. So the culmination of all that experience, right? The culmination of playing guitar in Kuching, the culmination of learning to play piano, arranging in Berkeley, learning to write, understanding, what lyrics meant, and my experience working in the field in LA kind of helped me craft this piece of music. And we pitched that song, and we got the project. Now, if it's all right with all of you, right? Can I kind of play you a song? Right? This will be, I should mention, this will be a TEDxKenyalang exclusive because no one in Malaysia has heard this yet. So here's a little snippet of what I did and how that got us the gig. What do you guys think? If there's any of you who didn't recognize it, it's because the version that's out there is actually in the SEA Games in Kuala Lumpur this year, sung by Jacqueline Victor and Vince Chong. And that's the version that Rendra and I and Leah, we wrote together and recorded. And you can hear me in the low voice. Like I said, chipmunk, but 8 octaves lower. And so my point is, if I wasn't, prepared with my piano lessons back when I was young, when I was 2 or 4 or 6, and my mom didn't give me that opportunity, I wouldn't be right here. So thank you, Mom, wherever you are. So this is a very short topic, right? Travel and exploration. I mean, sometimes opportunity doesn't come out and you need to make opportunities for yourself. So I believe you should go out and create these opportunities by experiencing it for yourself, I liken it to like taking a photo with your iPhone, right? You see a sunset, it's gorgeous, beautiful, and you take a photo, you post it on Facebook. It looks all right, but it's not as great. So it's like the experience of being there will help you kind of be more aware of what you need to learn. Which brings me to my final point. Fear is a great motivator. Let's be honest. If we didn't fear getting a bad grade, would we actually be doing our homework? Maybe not. Maybe some of you, yes, right? Great. Not for me, right? I feared that. And I turned that fear into my motivation. And, when some people always ask me, Alvin, what inspired you to write that music? Or what did you do? How did you write that piece of music? I'll tell you how I wrote that music. It's the deadline. Honestly, right? If there's no looming fear of something happening, you will not be writing your piece of music, or you will not be finishing your paper, you'll not be finishing your project. And actually, let me let you in on a secret. If there's no deadline and there's no clock kind of running down, I'll be still talking here for the next 20 minutes. So thank you, and thank you for having me up here. Before I go, though, I know I've been contradicting myself, so I'm going to leave you with one last image. And I know I was talking about, the tree climbing fish. That's stupid. Here's an actual fish climbing a tree. Thank you very much.